I've been using the Skyloong M1 for over a week now on Fallout 4, Counter-Strike, and Warzone to give you my thoughts on this mouse. With an interchangeable shell, you'd have customizability out of the box in terms of aesthetics, or even weight. Before you buy the Skyloong M1, let's talk about it. Firstly, this is a really small mouse. I sold my Viper Mini many years ago, but this is clocking in at almost 1 centimeter shorter. Total length is 11.8 centimeters and narrowest width is about 5.3 centimeters. Height is about 4 centimeters. So this is an advertised 65-gram mouse with a PAW 3325 sensor and a tri-mode connectivity powered by a 600 mAh battery pack inside. With the 3325, I would recommend this only for casual gaming. With up to 15,000 dpi, 1000 Hz pulling rate, 100 IPS tracking speed, and 20-gram acceleration. This has a 6-step customizable DPI setting via its software and a button underneath the mouse wheel to quickly change DPI settings. The software is the standard-looking software with reconfigurable profiles, DPI stages, and polling rate. Only issue I have here is the lack of keyboard binding features. I can't bind keyboard inputs to the mouse without creating a macro. Sleep timer on the mouse is configurable with the software from 1 minute to 30 minutes of no movements. I attempted to calculate its battery usage and I used up to about 4% in about 5 hours of use, but this is really difficult to measure. I'm not sure about the software's battery reading, so it's really difficult to measure battery life, especially due to the various use cases. Let's now move on to its build quality. Now, out of the box, you get the mouse, paracord cable, female C to A connector, grip tapes, documentation, and the extra mouse shell. I personally do not like honeycombs on mice as this can have dust buildup issues. Thanks for the extra shell, Skyloong. This is offered in 2 color options and I hope they added a red one, but that's all good. Each color has their own grip tape design and I sure do like that black one. Skyloong went for the safest color options here. The mouse has a full ABS build with an advertised 65 grams as I said a while back, but upon checking, this weighs at about 69 grams with a honeycomb shell and 70 grams with a clear shell. Mouses above 60 grams may cause gamers to pull back from this, but that is all based on preference. Shell is matte white, smooth, and would eventually have shines on it, especially when used by sweaty hands. Just add grip tapes to protect it from signs of use. Feet are standard and have curved edges so as to not scratch on pads. The toggle switch underneath does not wobble and has really good tactility. Switch up for 2.4G or switch down for Bluetooth. As for buttons, all have really good tactility with mild pre-travel on the side buttons, which was expected. Here's how the buttons sound. Now, for the scroll wheel, they feel pretty light, but you still get good feedback per scroll. And so far, I do not have any concerns regarding its build. At first glance, I kinda thought this was inspired by the Viper Mini, but even smaller. My hands needed little to almost no need to adjust to its shape though. Most of the adjustment phase was due to its weight. As a hybrid claw and palm gripper, this worked for both, and I think fingertip would also work here. It is worth noting that I think claw grippers would love this unit best. As for its weight distribution, it's fairly even on top and bottom half. Side buttons are perfectly positioned and my short thumbs reach them comfortably with no issues. As for the clickers, you do get grooves on them which may be comfortable based on preference. So far, the sensor was okay. I did not experience any spinouts. I was expecting more jitters, but 3325 then again is satisfactory for casual gaming at 800 dpi. Any dpi or sensitivity lower, I think you would need a mouse with more tracking speed. I was reminded of how good a 3325 actually is, as micro movements are registered accurately as I have experienced when editing photos and editing videos. Overall, if you're a casual gamer and sweating really isn't your thing in games, then this mouse will do the job and even do better than you think. However, if you're coming from a sensor like a Pixart 3359, 3360 or higher up, stick to your mouse. I really enjoyed this mouse as it does fit my very small hands really well. This shall stay with me for a long time. I will be leaving links in the description below on where you can get your Skyloong M1. See you next time, and of course if you have any questions, let me know.